Good is good. It's your boy Ty back here with another video. And in this video today, guys, we're going to be going over and talking about the season rewind equal chance packs that were added to NBA 2K24 MyTEAM today, and if they are worth you grinding for or not, and how hard to expect them to be. Before I dive into it, I gotta say some of these emeralds are really actually pretty good, but it's just for a free equal chance emerald, whereas obviously at the very top you do get a chance at an equal chance diamond. Now you gotta grind them in order, so you got to get the season rewind emeralds done, then the sapphires, then the rubies, amies, and then diamonds. Now I don't know how hard it is going to be at the diamond tier, but I see 5-game win streak, I see breakout wins, I see breakout clutch time wins, then I see Jalen Brunson 2K numbers, probably got to put up his stat line, as well as De'Aaron Fox. So don't just expect these equal chance packs to be an easy grind. It's probably going to be a pretty lengthy grind, especially when you look at the Ami and diamond tier. Now let's just look at the base emerald tier, okay? At the very base, you are looking at 11 assists with a player and 21 points. Now the nice part about that is you can get that done in triple threat offline. Just go into a game, get 21 points, 11 dunks or 11 layups, and get the 11 assists done. You can combine them. Now, obviously, at the next thing, you got to do Obi Toppin breakout, Isaiah Joe breakout, as well as Cam Reddish breakout. So whatever those guys did in their specific games, that's probably what you're going to have to do onward through the rest. Now, how long of a total grind do I expect this to be? I don't know. I would say 3 hours probably for every single one of these equal chance packs. Is it worth that? Diamond wise, it depends what your team looks like. If you are no money spent, I would say Dejounte Murray would be worth it, as well as Jerami Grant. If you get De'Aaron Fox and Jalen Brunson, I mean, those guys are fine, but I feel like even a guy like Derek White is going to play over those type of guys. So that's the problem I have at the diamond tier. Ami tier, the only guy that's not horrible is PJ Washington, and so that's just another reason that I'm like, not necessarily super high on those. At the ruby tier, obviously you got Caruso, who is really good. D'Anthony Melton is okay. Aldama is interesting. Grant Williams is good. Zach Collins is good. So that ruby tier is fine. Sapphire tier, again, I think there's some decent options, but at the emerald tier, I feel like that's where the best options are. So I don't know. For me, is this something I'm going to grind on like my No Money Spent Squad series? Probably not. I think there are better things to use your time on. Now, again, if you're going to be playing triple threat offline anyways, you might as well knock these couple out and then see what the next sapphires are. And if it's something like, you want to grind and you like grinding them, I wish you the best of luck. All I'm going to say is the reason you'd grind it is for the diamonds. And then what happens if you pull De'Aaron Fox and he doesn't even play for you? Then you basically wasted your entire time on my team grinding that for a very mediocre card. So I would say that's the problem that I personally have with just kind of these agendas in general. I wish they were an option pack, and if these were for sure an option pack instead of an equal chance pack, then I would probably tell the entire community to be grinding for it, because a guy like Jerami Grant, a guy like Dejounte Murray, especially Dejounte Murray, is just absolutely ridiculous. And so that's the one thing that I would encourage you guys to at least think about before grinding this. How many of these diamonds truly are going to help your team, or is it just kind of a waste of your time to do? Now, obviously, if you're card collecting and you want to do this, do what you got to do. For me, in this content, I'm just not necessarily super fond of it. I think it's like a cool idea. Like I don't mind it, especially, there are some decent budget options. Terrence, man, Pajemski's solid. You got even Jaime Jaquez, he's solid. Like, there are some really decent options, even Cam Reddish at the sapphire tier. I just think from top to bottom, I'm not super thrilled about this. And even for these grinds, I expected them to be decently tough, but if they're going to be this long, if they're going to be hours worth of a grind, I would just, in my opinion, like these to be an option pack. Now, maybe you guys think I'm asking too much of 2K or expecting too much. I won't even say I'm expecting it. I'm just hoping for the future that if we see something like this, we get specific, option packs. Because for me, the last thing I want to do is grind and then pull a diamond Jalen Brunson or a diamond De'Aaron Fox, or out of the amethyst pack, pull like, there are, I'm going to be honest, the amethysts are horrible. Pull a guy, let's say like Cam Thomas. Yeah, that's fun. Pull a Fred VanVleet, who will never play play for me. That's the big time problem I have with this. Now, again, I think some of these challenges aren't going to be super hard to do. Again, a lot of them are just those breakout games, so you'll probably have to replicate what they did. And if you do go into, let's say, these skills challenges, I doubt it's going to take you a super long time to do if you go into these or just any other challenge that you guys find useful. I just have a hard time seeing it be worth it. And that's my whole thing, is you don't want to just sit there unless you enjoy it and grind your life away for a chance at a really good card. That's my big thing. I want you guys to load up my team and have fun playing the game, and I just don't see these challenges as being so. Now, let's say again, you want some of these players, you want to add them to your squad. I don't have a problem if you grind it, but for me, I would rather load up the game and go into like my team unlimited or triple threat online or grind for, let's say, Hakeem Olajuwon. That's kind of where I'm at compared to grinding for these random diamonds in the season rewind set. Now, if they would have made Rudy Gobert better, if they would have made some of the, like if they had made another diamond outside of Dejounte Murray good, if they would have made one of these Amis the top 15 card in the game, then I may be talking to you guys a little bit differently. But I mean, from what we've seen out of these season rewind cards, the cards I'm most excited about are Terrence Mann and guys like Jaime Jaquez. That it's crazy that that's the way it is, but that is kind of my mindset when it comes down to these cards today. I think the budget cards are just as good as the best cards. I think Terrence Mann is better than Cam Thomas. I think, you know, you could even look at a guy like Jaime Jaquez. I think he's better than if you look at a guy like, you know, Cam Thomas or, you know, Jordan Hawkins or, you know, Santiago Abdama. That's just kind of my opinion on things. Is when I'm looking at these budget cards, I think they are next level good, especially if you compare them to the top cards. So that's where I'm like, you know what? If you want to grind out anything, grind this Emerald Challenge. See if you can't pull Terrence Mann out of this breakout pack, or not breakout pack, the Emerald Equal Chance pack, and go from there. That's just kind of my recommendation for you guys, because I think a lot of the Amis, I think a lot of the Rubies, even Diamonds, aren't that great and aren't worth your time in my team. Now, and again, another one thing that I want you guys to think about is, especially at this especially with these might happen as you play the game. Now, again, like you guys can see the Keontae George, you just got to get 11 assists. Craig Porter, 21 points. Like some of these might be not super bad. Like, you know, Obi Toppin might be points. Cam Reddish, who knows what that's going to be. You know, Santiago Dama, again, a lot of them might be points. Some of them might be rebounds, but they shouldn't be that hard to do. And if you can just do them by playing the game, then I'm all for it. Like these are just going to happen naturally by playing the game. So sure, knock them out, get them done, and then see what the next one is. And if you know, have to go out of your way for a few minutes to get a challenge done, I got no problem doing it. My problem lies is if this, you know, again, I see 5 games in a row. Again, if that's in triple threat offline, okay, cool. But if that has to be in, let's say, an online mode, that's already hard to do. You got to get clutch time wins with breakout players. You got to get breakout wins. Like a lot of these challenges don't look super easy to me. And again, I think it is going to be longer, especially than I want, especially for the quality of cards you are getting. So one thing I also want to encourage you guys to think about is under these board games, there are now NBA deluxe packs. So if you play a triple threat offline game, you could pull that deluxe pack. If you play an unlimited game, you could pull that deluxe pack. They are now available after each and every win. And so again, just another thing for you guys to think about. Don't think you just have to grind these challenges. After each and every win in the vaults and everything, you have a chance to get a deluxe NBA pack, which a deluxe, you guys can read what I read here when we go to the pack market. What does a deluxe pack mean? Well, here's your pack odds. I mean, you got a 17% chance to pull an amethyst. You're guaranteed an emerald. And so that's kind of where I would, again, turn my attention. Instead of grinding for these equal chance packs, why not just grind for the deluxe packs? Play triple threat offline, play, you know, unlimited, whatever you want to play. Get your deluxe pack and go from there. Maybe you'll pull the guys you want to pull, because I wouldn't worry too much about the tiers of these cards unless obviously you pull Dejounte Murray. I think he's absolutely elite. I think the rest of these cards are just, you know, again, I think some of the emeralds are even better than some of the amethysts. So that's just kind of what I would encourage you guys to think about today. Don't think you have to grind these specific season agendas for these, you know, equal chance packs, because it's not even something I personally probably would do on my No Money Spent Squad series. And I don't think it's something that I can even recommend you guys do it. I won't do it on either account. So I'm going to tell you right now, I don't think you guys should either. That's going to wrap it up for my video today, guys. Let me know your thoughts on it down below in the comments. Drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're new, and as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.